Okay. Jeanette, can you just take over letting folks in? Because I'm going to start the meeting. Okay, welcome to the November 2021 CB3 SLA committee meeting. My name is Michelle Cooper-Smith. I am the chair. Jeanette Kim is helping me with Zoom. She's a Zoom facilitator, member of the committee. If you chat, put anything in the chat, I'll just go to Jeanette and myself. Just a few reminders before we thank you for attending. We have a few guidelines for tonight's meeting. As you just heard, the meeting is being recorded. Please sign in if you have not already with your name and affiliation if relevant in the chat box. For example, John Doe, CB3 resident. If you're here to speak on a specific agenda item, please indicate that. The chat is used to sign in, sign up to speak, and ask about technical issues. The chat goes to me and Jeanette only. I will announce when each agenda item is up for comment from the public. That will be after we give a chance to the committee to ask the applicant questions. When that happens, I will ask you to raise your Zoom hand, even if you've already signed into a chat, just to make sure that we're catching everybody. I will recognize speakers with a maximum 2-minute time limit. If you're representing a group, we ask that you select no more than 2 speakers to speak during the meeting, but please tell us if there are multiple folks here representing your group, we'll count that. And please keep yourself muted unless I've recognized you to speak to avoid background noise. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen now. Okay, the first item is, are there any objections to last month's meeting minutes from the committee? Going once, going twice. Okay, hearing none, I'm going to go into our roll call vote for tonight. Michelle Cooper-Smith, present. Jesse Beck.
Yes.
David Crane.
Present.
Jamie Felber.
Here.
Herman Hewitt. Herman's not here. Jeanette Kim.
Present.
Ellen Liu. Paul Sierros.
Present.
Okay, thanks everyone. Okay, and I should have noted that I reserve the right to mix up the schedule a little bit tonight, which I will do now. I'm going to start with, Jed, did you see anyone signing in with specific, like any number of folks?
Got nothing on my end, no.
Okay, I see some people for 22, all right. Okay, I see a couple of people for number 4, so we'll go with that. First, is the applicant for number 4 Treasure Club present?
Present.
Hi.
Good evening.
Hi, Frank. Okay.
Hi.
As I normally do, I will drop the application into the chat so everyone can follow along if they so choose. Okay, here we go. So for each application, I will hit the highlights of the application, and then I will ask the applicant if they have anything to clarify or addend or amend, I should say. And then the committee will have the chance to ask questions, and then we'll go to the public. Okay. So as you can see from the application, this is a request for the north storefront of 22 Orchard Street for a full on-premises liquor license for Treasure Club International. It has an LNO of 74 people, 7 tables, 24 seats. They're asking for hours of 2 a.m. Sunday to Wednesday and 4 a.m. Thursday to Saturday. There are 12 full on-premises liquor licenses within 500 feet per the lamp map. This location was previously Boys Don't Cry from August 2013 until October 2021, with closing hours of 2 a.m. all nights. There were 13 commercial throw and noise complaints at this location since 2018. Just personally from knowing the area, I think a lot of that was during COVID when they were doing pop-ups at the location. They were doing a lot of stuff in the street. We received an email from the Orchard Street Block Association and a resident of 14 Orchard Street opposing the 4 a.m. closing times and just noting general oversaturation issues that create quality of life problems for residents on the block. 19 residents who live within 2 blocks of the location signed a petition in favor of the application. Frank, anything you need to amend or addend there?
No.
Okay, great. I just have one clarification from before we turn over the rest of the committee. Can we get a commitment that you will serve food during all hours of operation? That's our typical request.
Yes.
Okay, great. You. Anyone from the committee have any questions for these applicants? Oh, and I should note, sorry, that the applicant was previously the general manager at Black and White on East 10th Street for 21 years. Is that accurate?
21, 22, yeah.
Okay, great. Anyone from the committee have any questions?
Is there any information on type of restaurant or menu? Did I miss that?
I did not say that, but if you just wanted to briefly state what your menu is, applicant.
Yes, it's classic American dishes with certain international additions to it in certain places where we felt like it would complement the neighborhood and our place nicely.
Similar to Black and White?
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah, Jamie, I see like sandwiches, soup, salads.
Yeah, I see the menu now as well.
Okay. Okay, one thing that I'd like to note is that I called this out was that the last location was 2 a.m. all nights, and this is asking for 4 a.m. I think we've gone through this committee a bunch of times, or not a bunch of times, but at least we did it last month with a 4 a.m. request on a side street, on a small side street. I personally will not vote for 4 a.m. I would like to see 2 a.m. all nights. I don't know if anyone else on the committee has that.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay. Just for context, there are on side streets, there are some there. We typically would not grant a 4 a.m. license. There are some grandfathered or older spots on side streets that have that, but we have not been in the habit of doing that. Okay. Any other questions, committee, before we go to the public? Okay. One question for the applicants. Would you accept the 2 a.m. all nights?
Chris, it's your call. It's not mine.
If we could get 2 a.m. across the board, we could make that work.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for being flexible. Okay. If you're here from the public, could you please put your Zoom hand up and we will recognize speakers in the order that we see them. Okay. All right. The first hand I saw was Linda Jones. Linda, hit it.
Yes, I put my hand up because I didn't know if Emma was here. Emma Colbert is president of Space and she will speak. There are 2 of us here.
Okay. Okay, great. All right. So then the next hand I see is Hannah Borden. Hannah, go ahead.
Hi, I'm a resident. I've been living on Orchard Street for 3 years and in the community for about 6. I've known Sam for quite a while now when he was GM at Black and White, and I'd just like to say he always created a safe and enjoyable environment. One of the reasons that I like this community so much is because, or this area so much, is because there's a big sense of community. And one of the few places I found that outside this area was at Black and White. So whenever I had an issue, anything comes up, Sam was always there to take care of it. And I live across the street, so I fully support everything he's doing there.
Great. Thank you, Hannah. Okay, the next hand I see is Emma. Emma, go ahead.
Hi, my name's Emma Colbert. I'm the president of the Space Block Association. We met over phone with Chris on Friday and seemed as though we were coming to an agreement We sent over stipulations on Saturday. We did not hear back from him. We sent a follow-up email today. Once again, there was not a returned email in terms of us asking if he wanted to come to an agreement. So we oppose the hours. We strongly disagree with 2 a.m. 7 days a week. It lends to a completely different environment in our neighborhood, which has changed drastically, as well as the fact that on the list is not of liquor licenses, does not account for the 9 Orchard Street Hotel, which is going to has been granted 3 full operating licenses, as well as 3 special event licenses. I'm not sure if I'm using the right term for that. I looked up his potential 311s from his other establishment where he was the manager, and it didn't look like it was a real big problem there. So I'm sure he'd probably work out in the neighborhood, but I don't think that this neighborhood needs anybody open on a side street till 2 a.m. Well, we already have, Bar Belly, which has exploded onto the street, and nobody enforces their windows or doors being closed and the loud music and everything else in our neighborhood. So, and we've actually worked really hard to keep our neighborhood in something that is remotely under control. And every time another license is granted until 2 a.m., it is changing the landscape of our neighborhood for basically people who don't live in this neighborhood. Thank you.
Thanks, Emma. Okay, the next person I see is Catherine Lyons. Catherine, go ahead. Oh, Catherine, you sound mute.
Oh yeah, that'll help. Sorry. I'm Catherine. I am a longtime friend and neighbor of Chris's. I actually met him. Hold on one second. My screen just went weird. I met Chris when I was working at Black and White when they first started out, and I worked there as both a bartender and a waitress. And I also am Chris's neighbor here in the Lower East Side. We are both live in the East River Co-ops on Grand Street. And I have children attending elementary school here in the District 1, 2 kids. And I have been living in the Lower East Side, first on Rivington Street and now on Grand Street for over 20 years. I would say Chris is a manager of Black and White, was very reliable, efficient. He's a great problem solver. He remains very calm under pressure. He was a responsible leader, making sure that, we were sensitive to our neighbors and kept our patrons indoors and respected the neighborhood. He was also, I have to say that Black and White itself was a true neighborhood place, and that most of the people who came to Black and White, lived or worked within walking distance. So it's not the kind of place that people are coming from out of town or coming from across a bridge or a tunnel to come and rage out, but it was a real neighborhood spot. And I think our neighborhood really needs that, especially after COVID. Seeing so many places closed down and so many empty storefronts, I think the kind of place that Chris was, that Black and White was, that Chris is proposing here is exactly what would be great in our neighborhood. And I fully support it. And
if you guys wrap it up, Catherine, that'd be great.
Thank you, sorry.
Oh, you're good. Appreciate it. Okay, Marcel, you're up next, please. You're on mute still.
Hi, I'm Marcel. I live on Orchard Street. I live actually a couple doors down from the establishment it's being discussed. I also represent the Orchard Street Block Association. And we spoke to Chris actually a few days ago. It was very nice, but we absolutely oppose to the 4 a.m. and the 2 a.m. as well. It's if you are on that block after midnight, you know what it's become, and it's ultimately becoming, and it will become the new Hell Square if we allow these extended hours for restaurant hybrid bars ultimately. We already have the disruption that Barbelly has become. It's a whole other beast after COVID, and having a 2 a.m. ultimately technically becomes a whole other thing. But we also spoke to Chris regarding the questionnaire. On question number 8 wasn't checked whether I'm not certain if he never got back to us. He said he was going to look into it. Just the question number 8 is left blank, whether they're going to have private DJs and promoted events, that sort of thing. So I'm not certain if that's we would need confirmation from him whether that is going to be also a thing there. But ultimately, we absolutely opposed to those hours, and we'd love to get feedback on whether they're going to have promoted events and DJs.
Okay, thanks, Marcel. Yeah, I'll ask them at the end of this. If that's okay. Okay, the next person I see is Chad Moore. Chad, go ahead.
Ooh, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, cool. How's it going? My name is Chad Moore. I'm an artist. I live in work in a studio actually right down the street at 81 Canal. I've known Chris for over probably a decade, and I've been going to Black and White for about the same. And it's just like kind of what Catherine said. It was always like a great neighborhood place and like a haven for artists in the community and stuff like that. And it's quite a legendary place to go. And again, mirroring Catherine's sentiments, it was never wild or anything like that. It was more just like a local spot. And I know as I'm on that block every day, whether I'm at Forgive Me Not or Kiki's or something, or Scars, I see how crazy it can get with the Boys Don't Cry plays and stuff like that. But I can assure you, I don't think that's any of their ideas of, what they're into opening. So yeah, I fully support it. I think it'd be a great addition to the community.
Okay, great. Thank you, Chad.
Thank you.
The next person I see is Kristen. Kristen, go ahead.
Hi, so I live on 10th Street, right down from where Black and White was. So I would walk by the bar on my way home from work every day, on my way out at night, often to go to Black and White, on my way home from places. So I was constantly passing by the front of that sidewalk and never saw people outside being rowdy or, at an unnecessary level, or never saw it attracting the type of crowd that are the places that I personally avoid, and that I think what your neighborhood is trying to avoid in the Lower East Side, which is that kind of super young, super drunk 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. like rebel rousers. That wasn't the environment at Black and White. So I have to imagine that that's not the environment that they're trying to start with the new spot. But every time I was there, the place was super chill. Never saw overserved kids getting tossed out. Never was I like, ugh, I can't even think, it's so loud in here. It was always just a great community spot and somewhere that the entire neighborhood around a certain age and certain demographic wanted to go. It wasn't for the young, loud, drunk kids. It was for people just to gather and talk after work and meet up with friends. And like they said, a great artist community. So as someone who would walk by it at all hours, I mean, they were open till 4 and sometimes I would walk by it at 3 and never would I be like, oh my goodness, like this place spilling out, or oh, look at all the people standing out front smoking. Like it never struck me as a place in my own neighborhood that I found to be disruptive. In fact, I was so brokenhearted when it closed because it was really a neighborhood staple. So many people loved it. So many people wanted to gather there, but it was a certain kind of person that wanted to go there. And that's what I believe they're trying to do with this next place. And that's
Okay,
what
if you could wrap it up, that'd be great. Thank you. Okay, the next hand I see is Patrick Craig. Patrick, go ahead. Patrick. Oh, go ahead.
Hi. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so really quick, I just want to say I'm advocating for the new space from the owners of Black and White. And I just want everybody to know that Black and White was much more than just a bar. It was much more of a place for artists and especially writers. They did a weekly or a monthly night where poets and writers would get together and share their latest work. And also they were very active in the artist community. There were multiple gallery shows at Black and White. So the kind of crowd that you're talking about is not the young, wrecked, wasted. It's very much a meeting space for artists and writers, of which I'm one of them. And it was a very important space for us. So it's a totally different thing than a party bar. It was a local neighborhood place that everybody loved. And also their trivia nights were also extremely good. Everybody loved them. So I just wanted to let you guys know what the intention of the owners are, is probably to have a similar space to that. So thank you very much.
Great, thank you, Patrick. Okay, is there anyone else here from the community that wants to speak on this item number 4, 22 Orchard? I don't see any more hands, but if you're here, please put them up. I'm just going to ask you guys, the applicants, to Marcel's question about number 8. Do you plan, or are you asking for, I should say, live music, DJs, promoted events, scheduled events?
No live music. It's not DJ driven, all background ambient music. We're not looking to bring in outside promoters.
Okay, so that was just an oversight in the application.
Is that in the application or the 30-day notice?
So I think that, let me just double check.
Because in the application, it says recorded music.
No, I know, but so on number 8, you didn't check about DJs, live music, promote events. If you look at that,
but none of those things.
Okay, great. Okay, I don't see any other hands from the community. So does the committee have any other questions after hearing from everyone?
I mean, I love how many people spoke in favor of him. I also understand that the commute that 2 a.m. on a side street can be really disruptive. The issue that we have is that, unless an applicant or a location has an unruly history, there's literally very little that we can do. So, if we can agree to 2 a.m. or 1 a.m., 2 a.m., then, we have to at least take what we can get. We have to negotiate where we can.
Yeah, what Jamie is talking about is like that it's difficult to draw back hours when a place has already had a long established history with those hours in that location without having issues. So like I said, that the past applicant had 2 a.m., past operator had 2 a.m. all nights and there weren't any problems. I mean, Susan, was this location known to you as a problem? Did Susan step away? Susan might have stepped away, but I am under the impression that there were no, known problems to this specific operator, at the SLA level. So
I'm sorry.
that's okay.
No, there wasn't problems. This was not a place that I got complaints about.
Okay. And so would you say what Jamie and I just said is, accurate in the sense that the SLA will not view this as a new license and that the hours are,
Sure, particularly if there's no complaints. If it had 2 a.m. hours and it bothered a lot of people, that would have been a different story. But without complaints, it's not adding any impact.
Okay. Thanks, Susan, for clarifying. Okay. So does anyone from the committee have any other questions before I go into the making of a resolution? Okay. Committee, I shared the resolution with you all. I basically read through it at the beginning of this. I just added in, of course, everyone that spoke during this meeting. And I'm just going to run, I can run through the stipulations unless the committee has any amendments that they want to make. Okay. All right, I finally fixed my Zoom screen sharing, so I'm going to share the stipulations so that you guys can all see them. Okay, 1 second. All right. Okay, so committee and applicants, please pay attention. This is an application at 22 Orchard Street for a liquor, wine, beer, and cider license. It'll operate as a bar with a kitchen open and serving food during all hours of operation. Let me just amend this. Opening by 11 a.m. all days and closing by 2 a.m. all days. Do you plan to use outdoor space?
It's sort of an interesting situation we're in on that because SCAR's, with permission of the landlord, has the front of our entire building. So they're in front of our space. It's something maybe we'll be able to work out with them, but we haven't spoken to them about it yet.
I don't believe it's on the application right now, Michelle.
So, well, I'm asking because, as you know, Frank, if we say no outdoor space, then that means that you'd have to come back to us. To get a
Chris,
waiver.
where is the space, sidewalk or curb?
Curb.
Okay, so I think you should say yes at this point. Better
Okay.
to have it and not use it.
All right. All right.
Also, Michelle, just to highlight the open no later than 11 a.m. I want to make sure that they understand that what they're signing up for,
Yeah, so you must open by 11 a.m. all days. Is that
which doesn't
Yeah,
seem
what you
that's our
plan to
plan.
do? Okay.
okay.
And then in terms of the close, do you have a closed fixed facade or do you have windows that you plan to keep open until 10 or when things are, or when you're playing TVs or something like that?
We do have one window that we would probably be open at times.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna check, as you saw, I will close any front or rear facade doors and windows at 10 p.m. every night or when amplified sound is playing. You will not have DJs, live music, promoted events, any event at which a cover fee is charged, scheduled performances, no more than 2 private parties per month, no televisions. You'll play ambient recorded background music only. You will not apply for an alteration without coming back here. That includes hours, anything physical. You'll not seek a change in class, sort of irrelevant. You will not participate in pub crawls or have party buses. No unlimited drink specials. If you have a happy hour, it must end by 8. No wait lines. You'll have a staff person responsible for ensuring no loitering. You'll post the stipulation prominently and include your phone number or give it to your phone number to residents if they so ask for it. You will close any outdoor dining allowed under the temporary open restaurants program and any other subsequent uses by 10 p.m. all days and not have any speakers or TV monitors. I believe that you said that you would install soundproofing, right?
Yeah, actually, the landlord between the previous tenant and us did soundproofing. So if we need to add any
The answer
additional.
is yes.
soundproofing,
The answer is yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna say I will ensure that no sound is audible in surrounding residences and address any soundproofing deficiencies as necessary with the sound engineer. Does that work?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, does that all sound good, Frank?
Sounds good to me. Chris?
Yes.
Okay, does the committee have any comments, questions, concerns before I move to a vote? Okay, all right, great. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Okay, Michelle, yes. Paul? Paul?
Yes.
Jeanette?
Yes.
Jesse?
Yes.
Jamie?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. The motion carries. We will send you your stipulations tomorrow or the next day. Please sign and return them as quickly as possible. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to continue mixing this up. Are the applicants for number 11 Down and Out Brooklyn 503 East 6th here?
Yes.
Let's drop this in the chat. gonna remind everyone, please only use the chat for technical issues. It's really hard for us to pay attention otherwise. And help people if they have any technical issues that are signing in. Thank you. Okay. Application is in the chat. All right. This is an application for 503 East 6th Street for Down and Out Brooklyn. A certificate of occupancy of 74 people, 10 chairs with 39 seats, a 20-foot bar with 12 seats, a full kitchen serving seafood and continental cuisine, food during all hours of operation, no televisions. This location was previously licensed as a Mexican restaurant from July 2017 to August 2018. So this applicant actually appeared in front of this applicant tonight appeared in front of this committee in July 2020. Signed stipulations that we proffered, that this committee proffered, of closing at 2 a.m. all nights and ambient recorded background music only. And Frank, if I mess this up, just let me know. They did not continue the application process with the state SLA, and we have a rule guideline that if an application has sat for more than a year, the committee rehears it. But from looking at the applications, it's essentially this. It is the same, I think, application. Excuse me, I should say that. Is it the same, Frank, or is there anything different?
No, actually, I made a mistake. There is a request for live music 1 day a week, ending at 11 o'clock. Josh, unmute.
Yep. Yeah, we just wanted to do a jazz night, basically. I've worked closely in the past with an organization, a jazz organization, and would just like to do a weekly event with them.
Do you know what, like once a week, do you know which night that would be?
It would be on Tuesdays.
For what time, during what times?
It would start at 7 and go until around 10:30 or so.
Are you asking for amplification?
No, it would be no amplification at all.
Okay. Susan, if you're paying attention right now, I didn't check the zoning for this, because it sounds like scheduled basically, right? If they want to do it 1 night a week at a certain period of time.
Where is this? I'm sorry, I
This
wasn't.
is 503 East 6th Street.
Oh, so it's in the middle of the block in a residential?
Yeah.
No, it's at the end of the block.
Oh, so it's within 100 feet of what avenue?
Avenue A. And yes.
So if it's within 100 feet of Avenue A, it would
zoning.
be commercial overlay.
Well, let me just double check. Is that right, Frank? I'm looking. So it's C62.
Yeah, oh, it's C2.
Okay, so this would be allowed, Susan?
Yes. Although I will say scheduled performances on a side street do cause problems.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you have, I'm sorry, what street is it again?
6th Street.
East 6 between A and B.
So it's right near, that's right near Avenue A. Because, you know, you have, if it's scheduled, you have a bunch of people coming at one time and a bunch of people leaving at one time. As well as if, you know, if it's, you know, band members with equipment, that kind of thing. It's tricky to work out with the neighbors.
Oh yeah, and sorry, I was looking at the wrong application. It's R7A C25.
It's C2, Avenue A is C2.
Yeah. So it's a commercial overlay.
Which is scheduled, yeah.
Okay.
But I would just ask that they, you know, try and be very careful of the neighbors.
Right.
But just to clarify, we do have equipment, the back line and the bar itself. So the piano and the drums would be there already. No one would be moving equipment in other than, you know, just sort of.
That's helpful.
Handheld stuff, yeah.
Okay.
It's helpful, but you still have a crowd going in and a crowd leaving at one time because it's a scheduled performance.
Yeah, that is something we will be aware of. Yeah.
Okay. And so I guess, Frank, you're asking for 2 a.m. Sunday to Wednesday, right? And 4 a.m. Thursday to Saturday?
Correct.
Okay. Committee, just a reminder that when this was approved in July 2020, it was 2 a.m. all nights. Yeah. Okay. Committee members, if you have questions, just 2 of our committee members live on this block. So David, I see your hand. Go ahead.
It doesn't sound like this is going to be scheduled. Actually, it's just going to be, there will be jazz performers in the restaurant for a few hours on that night. But anyway, regardless, be careful, but I don't think it's the kind of thing where it's going to be like, hey, at 8 p.m. at so-and-so's set.
Right. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, good. So then the other thing is, I heard you saying specifying Tuesday, Michelle. Is it beneficial to put in the night of the week? Because it does restrict him from being able to reschedule the nights if something.
Yeah, I would put in the day of the week to make sure that that's what we typically do. We would say like on weekends only or on Monday or whatever. And we did that.
Did we say a weekday?
That would be helpful in case there was weather or, anything like
okay.
that.
If the committee is fine with that. Okay, I'm seeing shaking heads, I'm seeing nodding.
Yeah, I'm fine. I mean, I'm fine with a weekday jazz performance on my block that ends before 11. Sounds lovely.
Okay.
Agreed.
Okay, so I may have one acoustic jazz night on a weekday. It may have an acoustic once a week on a weekday, but will not have any other live music, DJs, promoted events.
What are we doing about the hours?
Hold on one sec. I'll get to your hours. Don't worry. Okay, so do you know how many instruments you'll be having or no? I guess it's less important because you have them there.
Yeah, I'm not totally sure what that would be. It's a very small area, so I wouldn't anticipate it being more than 3 at a time. But
will all the instruments be in the bar, or will anyone be bringing their instruments?
I couldn't. I mean, we have the instruments there that people would be able to, or would be having to move with more than just picking it up and carrying it through the door. But somebody may bring a violin, or somebody may bring a horn or something. But
okay, all right. Thank you for clarifying. Are you planning to do outdoor dining?
There is a sidewalk, area in the front. I didn't realize that was considered outdoor dining, but
yes, if you're doing well. So as I just mentioned with the last applicant, typically in before times, the SLA committee would stipulate whether or not you were able to use outdoor space. When the COVID emergency program started, if you had that stipulation that you could not use outdoor space, then you were technically not allowed to do the open restaurants. So we add a stipulation here as part of the licensing process that when you're doing the temporary open restaurants, you need to close by 10 p.m. Not have any TVs, monitors, speakers, which is, specifically in response to complaints from residents about what, is problematic about outdoor dining.
Michelle, they're going to have to notify us separately.
Oh, with the municipal expansion.
Yeah, they're required to do that.
Yeah. So when you actually, I guess, come to more fruition, you'll have to do it. But anyway, I'm just not checking no outdoor dining for now.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions from the committee?
So why is it 4 o'clock?
Well, Herman, I'm not going to vote for 4 a.m. What I would be comfortable with doing is what the committee did last summer. If the committee approved it, then I don't see why we would mess around with it. That's sort of my feeling. So 2 a.m. all nights.
Well, that's what I was thinking instead of.
Yeah.
I didn't think you'd be paying attention.
Well, we do our research here, Frank, so we do our homework.
Josh, you're all right with that?
I'm fine with that, yeah.
Okay, so can I just take a straw poll from the committee? Will you be okay with a 2 a.m.? Put your Zoom hand up, please. Or your physical hand. I can see most of you. All right, it passes. Okay, so I'm going to amend this, say it's hours of operation, will be opening no later than 11 a.m. all days, closing at 2 a.m. all nights. Okay, anyone else on the committee have any questions before I go to the public, if there's anyone here?
Yeah, again, I just want to remind the applicant that what no later than means. Just as an operator, we have intentions and desires, and they don't always work out in our best interest. I don't want him to be afoul of stipulations just because.
Yeah, I appreciate that, because my plan was not to open at 11 a.m. during the weekdays, but just open at 11 a.m. on the weekends.
Okay, thanks, Jamie. So what time would you want to say opening on the so opening at 11 a.m. Sunday and Saturday?
Yeah, and
Saturday to
so
Sunday.
that's a requirement. So that's a no later than 11 a.m. That's because, you know, the hope was to be able to eventually open up for lunchtime during the week, but my plan was not to do so right away.
Okay, so what time would you want to say Monday to Friday?
4 o'clock.
Okay. Okay, so its hours of operation will be opening no later than 4 p.m. Monday to Friday and 11 a.m. Saturday to Sunday, closing at 2 a.m. all nights. Okay. Is there anyone from the public that's here to speak on this agenda item? This is number 11, 503 East 6th Street.
The only thing I would like to say is that we should have the public speak and the committee members speak before we start to make resolutions. Could we do that?
Sure. I just was trying to get a hold of what people were thinking.
No, I understand, but
I don't think that there's anyone from the public here to speak. Janet, do you see anyone? No.
Sorry, I got no one.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, the committee has the resolution on Google Docs. As I noted in here, we just include the history from what happened with the prior licensee, and then the fact that this applicant came in July 2020, was unanimously approved by the committee with closing hours at 2 a.m. all nights. They're restarting the application process because it's been more than 1 year. This applicant has more than 8 years of experience as a licensed operator in Brooklyn. 60 residents who live within 2 blocks of this location signed a petition in favor of the application. We just talked about the hours, 2 a.m. all nights. Outdoor dining, if they do it under open restaurants, they're allowed to do it, but they must do the municipal expansion. Oh, I see it. Jane, are you here to speak on this item?
I'm sorry, I sent a note. No, I'm here to speak on item number 5, which I'm afraid.
Oh, okay, we're not there yet. We're on number 11. Okay, we're allowing an acoustic jazz night once a week on a weekday, but no other live music. Anything else, committee, that you want to add, amend? Okay. I'm going to share the stipulations on screen. Okay. Please, everyone, pay attention. So it's an application for a liquor, wine, beer, and cider license at 503 East 6th Street, a restaurant serving seafood and continental food. Let me just amend this. Sorry, let me amend the hours. Oh, I already did it. Wow. Opening no later than 4 p.m. Monday to Friday and 11 a.m. Saturday to Sunday, closing at 2 a.m. all nights. You'll close any front or rear facade doors and windows at 10 p.m. every night. You'll not have DJs, promoted events, any event at which a cover fee is charged, scheduled performances, more than 5 private parties per year, month. Frank?
Month, please.
Month, okay. You may have an acoustic jazz night once a week on a weekday, but will not have any other live music. Let's check this. You will not seek a change in class, also irrelevant. You will not participate in pub crawls or have party buses come to your establishment. No unlimited drink specials, including boozy bunches of food. No happy hours. You will not have wait lines. You'll have a staff person responsible for ensuring no loitering. You'll post the stipulation inside of your business, and you'll provide your number if necessary. Can you please give me your phone number? It wasn't in the application.
Yeah, it's 718-844-7043.
Okay, great, thank you. And as
I
noted,
just wanted to ask one
all outdoor
quick
dining.
question.
Sorry, go ahead.
The happy hour, does that extend to the food? I assume not, but I just wanted to make sure that we're going to be serving oysters, so I wanted to make sure that wasn't part of
Like
that.
$1 oysters or something.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fine, but this is only for alcohol.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, no, thanks for asking.
And then, Michelle, one thing,
Yeah.
did the applicant agree to 4 p.m. all days or 11? Because I thought he said all days, 4 p.m. because he wasn't ramped to lunch yet.
No,
Or was it-
just during the weekends, we're going to be doing.
Cool. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, Frank, look good.
I have no problems, Josh.
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay, great. Oh, David, I see your hand. Sorry, I can't, it's hard to see it when I'm sharing screen. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I just turned it on. So there's nothing checked off about soundproofing or sound testing. If there's gonna be live music, as
Okay.
pleasant as it sounds, what's the story with that?
So we could add like the same one that we did in the last one, which is it will ensure that there's no sound audible in any surrounding residences. Let me find it. I'll just drop it in the chat so you can all see it. I'm doing the wrong shirt.
I heard drums, I heard piano, I played piano, especially when I was an adolescent boy. I played it very loudly.
Okay, so does that step work for you, David?
Thanks. Does the applicant agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, fabulous. Thank you. Am I doing the right ensure, David? E, not I, right? Anyone else? Okay. Jen.
Correct. You're
Grammar-
correct with the E.
Grammar clean. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. Any other comments from the committee?
Just a quick question. Why don't we say install soundproofing? Like, why is that excluded from here? Because generally they're.
Is there existing soundproofing, Frank or Josh?
Yes.
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 I've already added that.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Thank you for clarifying, everybody. Okay. All right. Hearing nothing else from the committee. No. Okay. All right. I will now move this to a vote. Michelle, yes. David,
Yes.
Paul,
Yes.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Herman,
Yes.
Jamie,
Yes.
Jesse.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, everyone, for your time on this. We'll send you this, the office will send you stipulations. Please sign and return as quickly as possible.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Thanks. Okay. All right, the next item is going to be number 2, but I just need to take a quick bio break, as Jeanette taught me about. I'll be back in.
What's number 2? It's got number 3.
Herman, you're not muted.
You have to. She has to remove the stuff because it covers my.
Okay, I'm back. Is the applicant for number 2 here? That is Mother Duck.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep.
Great, thank you.
All right, so I'm just going to drop the application in the chat. Okay. So this is an alteration for an existing, or I actually have a question about that. I should say that this is for an alteration to a liquor license application that we approved as a committee in January 2021 for Mother Duck at 167 Orchard Street. We approved all nights 12 a.m. This location was previously Pizza Beach, which was a very big problem for the community. I think a lot of the reason that the committee was supportive of this was because of the early closing hours and that it was clearly a restaurant. I actually just want to ask the applicant what the status of your application to the SLA is, because when we looked on the SLA website, it seemed like your license is expired. So I just wanted to ask you, it's hard for us to understand what's going on at the SLA these days. So that, and then also why you're asking for an extension of hours, even after you've only been in business for less than a year. And, since it was pretty clear, I think during our meeting in January 2021 that we were supportive of the earlier hours. So Jonathan, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Regarding the license, I believe there was a technicality with our license, but we're completely cleared. So that's a non-issue right now. And what was the second question? Like why we're extending it?
Yeah,
right?
because I mean, I think everyone on this, well, Jeanette and Jamie actually were not in the committee. So just to refresh, we saw this as a good outcome for a space that had previously been very, very problematic with like a dance club in the basement, essentially. And the 12 a.m. all nights closing hours was of course quite attractive, to mitigate the problems in this area. So I am asking why you're asking for the extension of hours.
Great. Yes. Yes. As we previously discussed, we're definitely a restaurant. There's no question about that. We're an Asian restaurant. Our focus is has been and still is food. We've been, very well received by the community, the neighbors. We have a lot of regulars. We have kids coming in on the earlier side. And in general, our crowd is, let's call it a very mature crowd. To be honest, though, it's just not enough. We're not. It doesn't seem like we're going to survive with the hours that we have right now. We're very happy with what we've done. The food is great. We have great reviews. We attract a lot of foodies. But since we're not open for lunch, it's we don't think we're going to survive with the hours that we have right now. Now, having said that, we are. We don't expect to be, loud even with the extended hours. As I said, somebody used the term here, young, loud, rowdy kids. I'm only using it because it's been mentioned already. But we don't attract that crowd whatsoever, and we feel very comfortable that even with an extended with extended hours, we're still going to be, we're not going to be noisy. I don't think we can, cause any issues for the neighborhood.
Okay, and just to clarify, because your notice actually had a different hours than your application, can you just confirm that you're asking for Sunday, 12 a.m. Sunday to Monday, 1 a.m. Tuesday to Thursday, 2 a.m. Friday to Saturday? Is that what you're asking for?
Actually, we're asking for, I think I saw somewhere 3 a.m., but that's, I'm not sure where that came from. We're basically just asking to extend our hours to 2 a.m.
What nights?
To be honest, I don't think we'll, attract anybody on a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, let's say, until 2 a.m. So maybe Wednesday to Saturday, I think would be great for us.
Okay, so 12 a.m. Sunday to Tuesday is what you're asking for, and then 2 a.m. Wednesday to Saturday. Is that accurate?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Can I say something?
Sure, go ahead, Paul.
You know, I lived there because there was a problem in my apartment. I lived there for 10 days 2 weeks ago. If you haven't made it at those times, then there's definitely a problem. And the problem is definitely not the hours. Let me just tell you, because that corner is a shit show. And I don't know what you think you're going to attract. So basically you're going to the same model that everyone else is going in the same neighborhood. And it's a shit show. And I don't understand why nobody gets it. You think you're gonna make money at that time? You're not. They're just little kids. Who do you think is gonna come there? The foodies at what, 2 a.m.? It's definitely not gonna happen, I'll tell you that much. So I'm against it.
Okay, thanks, Paul. Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously not an operator, but my concern is that just by virtue of the location, if you're going to be open till 2 a.m., it's going to turn into like every other bar that's right there. Like you'll get overflow from, hair of the dog. I mean, I know that it's a restaurant, but when we hear 2 a.m., that's not what we hear, so that's the concern. And like I said, we supported this because it was clearly a restaurant closing at 12 a.m. So I could be, I don't know, I could maybe be swayed for like 1 a.m. on the weekends, but not 2 a.m. on that corner. Go ahead, Jeanette.
Yeah, I'm down with it not being 2 a.m. I just don't no reasonable person eats dinner at 1 a.m. So although I can appreciate a bar with food, it's like not like as a person who enjoys food, I'm not seeking out dinners at 1. Also, the fact that this is not a year of operation, I feel like we set that guideline for a reason. Although I don't doubt that this operator's been doing well on that corner. It honestly seems cleaner every time I walk by it. I feel like a year of history is like a good guideline for a reason. Although, I mean, I'm not married to that idea if the rest of the committee would disagree on that front.
Okay, thanks, Jeanette. Susan, do you mind just, I'm a little, I don't know what to do with this SLA issue. What do you think? The state SLA issue?
With a technicality?
Yeah.
I would ask for a copy of the resolution of the technicality. If we could get a copy of that before the full board.
You mean try and foil the SLA?
No, have the applicant send us.
Yeah, okay, so Jonathan, do you have like the whatever happened at the state SLA so that you can just to show us what happened there? Because we can't access those documents without foiling them, so.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, for sure, definitely. That's, again, never really been an issue, so you can, the SLA, has the documents. I'm sure a lawyer can refer it to us and we'll pass it on to you.
Yeah, that would be great, just so we can understand what the status of the license is.
Well, when was the meeting also? That might be helpful.
Our meeting?
No, when was the SLA meeting where this is resolved?
I'm not 100% sure about the date. It wasn't really a meeting because it wasn't, it didn't require a meeting, again, it was some sort of a technicality. So it was not, it's something that sorted itself out very quickly. It was basically a missing document and we supplied it to them.
Okay, I understand. So, if we could just have a copy that there's should be like no longer any deficiencies or something of that sort.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, anyone else from the committee have any questions, comments, concerns?
Yeah. On the one hand, I understand and agree with Paul. On the other hand, the arbitrary notion that an operator who has made a foolish deal to close at midnight and realizes he can't work with it and then is required some random arbitrary number of 1 year before he comes back, it feels like we've got a guy that we like. And if we perhaps give him 1 a.m., I agree not really leaning towards restaurant, but certainly not 2 a.m. and not bar forward. Again, still a win. And also that corner was operated by Rob Shamlian, who, much as I like him as a person, was notoriously a bad operator. So I don't want to see a restaurant and a guy go out of business because he can't make it. Granted, I don't think the hour is going to make any difference, but at least I can feel that we gave him a bit more of a fighting chance to do so. That's my take on it.
Okay. Do you want to make well, we're still
I'd give him
discussing
1
as
a.m.
Herman
I'd
said.
give him 1 a.m. Friday, Saturday, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But that's as far as I'd go.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else on the committee have any questions? Okay. If anyone was here,
I would agree with
sorry, go ahead.
with Jamie on the 1 o'clock Friday, Saturday, well, I wouldn't go to Sunday, but I'd go Friday and Saturday.
Okay. Okay. Anyone from the community here, please raise your Zoom hand and I will call on you in order that I see them. Okay. David, go ahead. David Troutman, not David.
David Troutman. I live right here on this block and been a resident here for a very, very long time. I really appreciate hearing what Paul had to say. He is absolutely right. This corner, this neighborhood is in bad, bad shape with the very, very late openings of bars and restaurants and clubs. This particular corner, Hair of the Dog, the Skinny, 82 Stanton, 3 of the really big problem establishments in our neighborhood for over a decade. And it's just anything that goes past midnight is a big, big issue because we just don't have the noise under control down here. Way, way too much bass coming from the bars and from their outdoor speakers at these sheds. Hope you'll deny this extension. The community needs to be able to sleep too. The community needs to be able to get to work in the morning and be successful with their jobs too. This isn't all about a restaurant succeeding. It's about a community succeeding, and ours is not succeeding right now. Thank you.
Thanks, David. Okay, the next hand I see is Patrick Walsh. Patrick, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yep, go ahead.
I too oppose this for all of the reasons that David just mentioned. It is a grotesque situation. And I have to say that my concern goes with the hundreds of people who live here and who have been abandoned, and thrown to the dogs. So particularly in that corner and my corner, I mean, they're 40 yards apart or something like that. It is impossible to live. So I oppose this.
Thanks, Patrick. Okay, the next hand I see is Jane. Jane, are you here to speak on this item? Number 2, 167 Orchard Street. You're on mute.
Okay. No, that's not the main reason I'm here, but could I just echo what has been said by the 2 people previously?
Sure.
The noise in this neighborhood is off the hook. I've lived on the Lower East Side for 40 years and it's terrifying. We just can't sleep. There's no need for a place to be open past 1. I'm sorry, it's hard to make a living and it's hard to keep a business going. I understand the rents are atrocious and that's what you're dealing with. I know that. But nobody is eating dinner at 1 a.m. I'd say 1 a.m. is the top for closing. That's all I have to say. Thanks.
Thanks, Jane.
Just gonna say something.
We'll wait to see if there's anyone else. Is anyone else here from the community to speak? Please raise your Zoom hand. Okay, sure, go ahead, Paul.
So the problem is not the closing times. The problem is the operators that don't give a shit. I was on the 6th floor.
Language.
Okay, fine. I just said shit, I didn't say fuck. So it's like, I'm on the 6th floor in the hotel with closed windows, and you can't, I have no problem, I sleep regardless, but like, it's 4 a.m. and they're blaring music and nobody cares. The problem is not the times. The problem is, you know, we grant this guy, you know, a thing, and like, nobody goes out. He's not gonna be there. I guarantee you he's not gonna be there. And he's not gonna be anybody that's responsible that's gonna go outside and tell the people to just get out of there. So it's a shit show in the corner. It's a absolute shit show. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, thanks. Anyone else in the committee want to say something?
Yeah, will the applicant agree to 1 a.m. Thursday, Friday, Saturday? It's a 1-hour extension on those 3 nights when he currently has.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we'll agree to, you know, anything you allow us. It's not, you know, for sure. But, you know, I just want to reiterate, if I may, and I've, you know, I've heard everybody and I definitely appreciate it. You know, as we said from the very beginning, you know, we're not bar people. We're not, you know, we're not, you know, I've been operating in New York for over 25 years. You know, I've had restaurants that actually are still around 23 years later. And it's just not our style, but, you know, we are, you know, we truly believe that, you know, our crowd or you know, the customers, the clients that we attract, you know, they're not those rowdy kids. They're not, you know, we're not for them. You know, even if we wanted them, they won't come in. We're also a little bit too expensive for them. Not that we're expensive in general. I mean, we would love it if we can get 2 o'clock, even if it's just Fridays and Saturdays, and maybe 1 a.m. You know, outside of those 2 days, that would be great.
Who's gonna be there? Who's gonna be there to like?
Let's see if I could follow up. Kyle can follow up. I don't think you're going to get your regular customers there past midnight. I mean, I don't think I bet you're going to extend your expenses and staff and whatnot for another 2 hours. And I don't think you're going to get the kind of revenue that you would be getting between 7 and 9 p.m. So I just don't know that. Well, I certainly don't want to go to 2 a.m. Anyway.
Okay.
Yes, I hear you. Hey, look, the truth of the matter is we don't even know if we will attract anyone, right? This might be, you know, again, we're not a bar, so we don't look like a bar. We don't feel like a bar. So we don't attract, you know, the clientele that's there right now. Again, I don't think we'll ever be able to attract them. For us, it's seriously, it's just an attempt to, you know, hopefully pick up, you know, we're not thinking we'll be, you know, packed with 1,000 people at those times. But at this point where we're at, you know, every little bit will help. You know, we're planning on having a small late night menu as well. And we're just afraid that, you know, we believe that this could help us a little bit. And I mean, we just may not be able to, you know, be around much longer if we don't, you know, we're doing everything we can to, you know, try to, you know, increase our revenues. You know, we're doing very well, you know, very, very busy in the weekends. Again, we have a lot of regulars. Great reviews. People love the restaurant, but we just need a little bit more to be able to survive.
Okay, thanks. Jeanette, I saw your hand up. Did you want to say something?
I guess I want a better pulse of the group. It doesn't seem like the applicant would be interested in a 1 a.m. all nights, but is the rest of the committee interested in 1 a.m. all nights? Because to me, I'm kind of with Jamie. Like I see no devastating harm in allowing an hour extra. So I think I'd be okay with it, given that they seem like fine operators and it does seem like it's more of a restaurant. And to be honest, as one of the young people who probably rabble rouse a bit to the distaste of the people here, that's not the place I'm gonna go. So
That's that old.
I will also say that like hair of the dog has become less popular for people of a certain age.
So I would vote for 1 a.m. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but that's it. Is there anyone else? Can I straw poll that?
I'm fine with that.
David, I know you mentioned that. Jesse, so that's for Jamie. Okay.
You want me to move to amend it?
Sure.
Okay, can we motion to amend the resolution for hours midnight Sunday through Wednesday, 1 a.m. Thursday through Saturday evening?
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
All right, everyone in favor of 1 a.m. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, raise your, or is there, Paul, do you want to say something? Or are you voting already? We know, okay.
This, I told you again, they say the same thing every single month. Problem is that he's not even gonna be there. Whoever's ever talking right now, what's his name, Jonathan? Whoever's there, he doesn't probably even know the person that's gonna be working there, but whatever. 1 o'clock.
Okay, well, you don't need to vote. Well, let me just move it to a vote. You don't need to vote for it. But so all in favor of 1 a.m. Thursday to Saturday, raise your hand or Zoom hand. This is an official. Okay. Okay, so that the motion carries. Okay, anyone else from the committee? I feel like this is like a relatively minor change, so I don't want to beat this forever. We have a lot of applications to deal with. Anyone else from the committee have any questions, comments, concerns? Okay. And I'd say I'd go there for lunch if it was open for lunch, but it's not. I live really close by, just saying.
Welcome to come for dinner.
I've been meaning to. Okay. All right. Committee. So, I mean, the resolution is essentially the same as what we did in January 2020. This applicant operated Republic from 1995 to 2017. Yeah, this is not a known, this particular spot is not a known problem location to the office. Susan, would you recommend putting into the resolution something about the like uncertainty of where the license stands?
You mean because of the technicality is?
Yeah, like that this is like our approval is contingent on like, you know, nothing detrimental having come from the application.
Well, what I would suggest, if he can get it to us before the full board.
And then I can amend
if
at
we
the
don't get it,
full
if
board.
we don't get it before the full board, we can amend the resolution at the full board.
Okay. So Jonathan, please get us that information by the full board, which is on the 23rd.
Okay, perfect.
That's next week. So committee, just, you know, remember that we might need to amend this at the full board if we obtain additional information. Okay, I'm going to share the stipulations. Okay, so this is an alteration for a liquor, wine, beer, and cider license. Well, we think it's an alteration if the license is existing. Full service restaurant serving Asian fusion cuisine. Okay, so this we have to amend until 11:30 p.m. So Jonathan, you know, we want the foods we served during all hours of operation. So can you commit to that with a kitchen open and serving food during all hours of operation?
Yes, absolutely. We have a late night menu planned.
Okay, great. Opening hours will be no later than 5 p.m. all days, closing by 12 a.m. Sunday to Wednesday and 1 a.m. Thursday to Saturday. You'll close any front or rear facade doors and windows at 10 p.m. No DJs, no live music, no promoted events, no event with a cover fee, no scheduled performances, no more than one television, ambient recorded background music only. You will not seek a change in class without coming back here. No pub crawls, no alterations for any method of operation changes before coming back here. No unlimited drink specials. You'll have happy hour, and if you have happy hour, it must end by 7:30 p.m. You won't have wait lines outside. You'll have a staff person responsible for ensuring no loitering. Folks, please give folks your number if they ask for it. As we said, in January, you must have tables in your basement and no bars. You must close all outdoor dining allowed under the temporary open restaurants program by 10 p.m. and not have any speakers or monitors. All sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay. All right, committee, any other questions, comments, concerns before I move into the vote? Okay. Michelle, yes. David,
No.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Jesse,
Yes.
Herman,
Yes.
Jamie, Jamie is struggling. You can just give us a,
No, I said yes.
oh, okay, there you go. Paul, I think, has stepped away from his computer, so this will be a vote of 5-1 for now. Jonathan, again, please send the information from the licensing hearing as soon as you can, so we can have it before our full board meeting on Tuesday.
Sure, will do.
Thank you, everyone who came to speak on this item, and to the applicant for their time.
Thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate it.
Have a good night.
Take care. Good night.
Okay, now I'm going to move to number 3, Dim Sum Palace. Applicant here for that item. Sam. Oh.
Looks like
Hi,
someone
Sherry.
named Sherry.
Hi, Sherry. Is the applicant here?
Yes,
Oh,
yeah.
I see him. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna drop this in the chat. And Sherry, we can do, let me just actually do, let's just ask you about, because you're representing for both number 5 and for numbers, why can't I find this?
Yes, I
For
have-
number 3 and for number 6, right?
Yes, right, yeah. So for number 5, the Second Avenue, for this one, we will reschedule this one.
Yeah, because I mean, our understanding is that there was not a visible posting for residents. Susan went to go check it out this morning. So if you could commit to withdrawing the number 5 and come back next month with proper notification to the residents.
Okay, because for this one, actually we have a church nearby, and the church pastor went to our restaurant already. And he said he will give us the supporting letter, but I haven't got it.
Do that. You
Because
can't
he
do
said
that.
he need the New Jersey. I'm sorry,
The church can't allow you to do that. It's a state law.
but he said he will give us the supporting letter. for
He
that
can't
one.
do that.
He can't do that.
No.
Well, Susan, I mean, he can still write a letter in support. I mean, the SLA will decide what they'll decide, but
If it's a church within 200 feet, regardless of what the church says, they cannot have the license.
right, I understand that, but I'm just saying that he can write a letter in support. He can't give you permission to overrule the 200-foot
Yes,
rule, but he
but
can
it
give you a
doesn't-
letter in support. I'm just
It
saying
doesn't
that, like,
sound to me like the applicant understands that.
具体的距离为什么他们都有酒牌，我们没有？
他们在之前申请的，我都查过了，全部在
是
之前。
well, anyway, can you commit to withdrawing because there was not proper notice posted at 59 Second Avenue?
Does
Sherry,
she
can you commit
understand?
to withdrawing number 5, 59 Second Avenue because proper notice was not posted at the location?
So for this one, can we agenda next month?
Yes, but you please send proof that you posted the notices in a place that's
Okay.
visible. You know, like I said, Susan walked by this morning and we had residents sending us videos indicating that they were not visible. So
Okay,
please make sure that those notices that the office sent you, we'll send you a new packet,
Mhm.
are visible to residents so that they see and are well aware of this meeting.
Okay.
So,
But let
all
me,
right.
wait, before they go.
Yeah, go ahead. No, they're staying.
She needs to reapply, send the committee. You could send the same notice, but she needs to send a 30-day notice to the office to be put on the committee for next month.
So I should send again for the 30-day
You can email it. You can email it. Just email it tomorrow.
Okay, I will email to you. Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. All right, so then we are withdrawing number 5, Dim Sum Sam, 59 Second Avenue, so that the applicant can provide proper notice to the residents visibly on the frontage of the structure. So we'll move then to number 3, which is the same applicant for 6 Chatham Square.
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, hold on, let's take notes here. Okay. The application, the questionnaire for this number, for number 3 is in the chat. 6 Chatham Square for Dim Sum Palace. We'll hit the highlights. So this is an application for a new full on premises liquor license at 6 Chatham Square between Mott Street and Chatham Square, sort of at the, I guess, I don't know, west side kind of that square over there. This is an application for an establishment with a certificate of occupancy of 285 people, 20 tables with 152 seats, a full kitchen serving Chinese food. There are 4 full on premises liquor licenses within 500 feet. This location was previously licensed with a restaurant wine license as Chatham Square Restaurant from October 2005 to February 2017. This applicant currently holds 3 on-premises liquor licenses for restaurants that I believe are similar. 1 on West 46th Street, 1 on West 33rd Street, and 1 on West 56th Street. And they hold a restaurant wine license at Dim Sum Sam at 59 2nd Avenue, which is the application that we just had withdrawn. This location has been closed since 2017, so there were no complaints here, obviously, since 2018. 6 residents who live within 2 blocks of the location signed a petition in favor. They're asking to open no later than 9 a.m. all days and closing by 2 a.m. all days, no outdoor space. Sherry, does that all sound right?
Yes.
Okay, great. I just happened to have gone here actually a couple of weeks ago. It's like a big dim sum place, very big, actually. Anyone from the committee have any questions? We didn't get any emails from anyone about this, FYI, before the meeting.
Can you make sure the applicant understands open no later than 9 a.m.? That sounds very early for.
Yeah, so you must be open by, if you commit to that hour, you must be open every single day by 9 a.m. Is that what you intend to do?
Right.
Sorry.
Yes, yeah, because
you intend to open at 9 a.m. every day?
Yes, yeah, because we serve the dim sum in the morning time.
Okay. I don't think I'll ever make it for that early, but maybe some people eat breakfast at 9 a.m.
I'm down for dinner at 9.
A lot of, yeah.
Okay. Anyone else from the committee have any
Can I just
questions
say,
about this one? Go ahead.
That
David.
still sounds, although you intend to do that, that is great. We do want foot traffic in the neighborhood, but you might want to ask for, let's say, 11 a.m., which is also plenty early for our purposes. And then if you had to slip until 10 a.m., you wouldn't be in violation of your license. I'm afraid if you overpromise, you're going to find yourself straitjacketed.
Most of those dim sum places open very early.
Yes, because a
Oh,
lot
and this is the one down. I'm sorry, it's on Chatham Square. I understand.
For breakfast and stuff like that. I mean,
yeah, they are. And I was thinking 2nd Avenue. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
You're good.
Because we open
Um,
early, they went early, they have their breakfast, they stay there for several hours enjoying the dim sum. So it's quite normal for most dim sum.
Yeah, but there's also quite amount of takeout also. Well, that's my experience anyway.
Okay, anyone else on the committee have any questions, comments, concerns?
Yeah, is the full liquor license, it's as a relationship to the daytime or it's mostly a nighttime? And does it, do you have a bar service?
It's mostly the night time, only for the dinner. So we have no bar at all.
Okay.
Yeah, so Herman, I've been there. There's like, just when you go in, there's a, you know, where you check in at the entrance and then it's just a ton of tables. There's no bar or anything. Okay, I don't have any other questions unless anyone else does. Okay, as I basically just read through the whole resolution already, so I will share the stipulation sheet so we can all take a look at it together. One moment. Okay. Okay, so this is an application for Dim Sum U Inc. located at 6 Chatham Square, or is it, sorry, is it V? It's not U, right? It's V, like 5, right?
It's V, yes.
Yeah, okay, sorry about that. For a liquor, wine, beer, and cider license, full service restaurant, Chinese food with a kitchen open and serving food during all hours of operation, opening no later than 9 a.m. and closing by 2 a.m. They will not use commercial space. They have a closed fixed facade with no open doors or windows except for the entrance door, which must close by 10 p.m. or when amplified sound is playing. No DJs, no live music, no promoted events, no event at which a cover fee is charged, no scheduled performances. So I just want to double check. Are you planning to have like events there, like weddings or something?
So right now, actually, we have the orders for the wedding, but maybe later on we will have it. Because right now it's pandemic. No one have party right now.
Right, okay. So I just want to make it clear that we're doing no DJs and no live music, which I imagine sometimes comes with events.
No,
Okay, so if you need to change that though, please, you know, obviously come back to ask for that alteration.
Yeah.
Okay, so for now you'll play ambient recorded background music only. You will not apply for an alteration to the method of operation without returning here first. You will not participate in pub crawls. You will not have unlimited drink specials. You will not have a happy hour or drink specials. I just said that. Can you commit? So we typically ask people to not have wait lines, but I understand that often people are waiting for dim sum. So while I'm asking the committee also is you will make every effort to not have outside lines and to ensure that lines are orderly and do not create noise impact on neighboring residents. I don't really think there are any residents right there, but I just know that people often wait outside, right, for their table. So I wanted to make sure that we don't set you up for failure there, but also that you have the responsibility of, you know, managing the outside frontage. Does that work for everyone? Okay. If residents have issues, Sam, you will provide your number and you'll conspicuously post the stipulation form beside your liquor license inside of your business. Sherry, does that all sound good?
Yes.
Okay, anyone from the committee have any questions or concerns? Okay. All right. Hearing no other further issues, I'm going to move this to a vote. This is for number 3. Michelle, yes. David? Sorry, I cut you mid-bite.
Yes.
Paul?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Jamie?
Yes.
Jesse?
Yes.
Jeanette?
Yes.
Okay. So this motion carries. Sherry, the office will send you the stipulations tomorrow morning. Please sign and return them as quickly as possible. And also please, on the 59 Second Avenue, resend your 30-day notice to the
Okay.
office.
Okay,
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, thank you all so much for your time.
Thank you.
Oop. Okay, we will go to number 6 next. I need to take another bio break. I'm sorry. Everyone take a few minutes for yourself. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Well, I'm back. Are the applicants for number 6, 67 First Avenue present?
Yes. Yes, we're
Hello.
here.
Present.
Michelle.
Okay, great. Okay, I'm just going to drop the questionnaire in the chat. All right. Okay.
Joining.
Oh, can you just everyone mute yourself in the meantime while I go through this? Or I'll mute you. Okay, so this is an application for a wine and beer license, and the premise is located at 67 First Avenue for Wara Batsu. There's a letter of no objection for 74 people, 12 tables and 66 seats, serving Japanese food prepared in a full kitchen. I'll ask you guys to just clarify this, the performances at some point, but from the application, just regularly scheduled live comedy and music performances. There are 8 full on-premises licenses within 500 feet. This location was previously administratively approved by by Community Board 3 for a wine and beer license in December 2018. So this applicant, I believe, has never been a license holder, but has operated the Batsu show at other places, including below Jaban, which was previously at 15 St. Mark's. There have been no commercial 301 complaints at this location since 2018. We did not receive any emails for or against this application, but we did receive a petition with 64 residents who live within 64 blocks supporting this. The hours they're asking for are closing at 12 a.m. Sunday to Thursday and closing by 2 a.m. Friday through Saturday. So that's the reason why we're not administratively approving this, even though it's wine beer. It's the later hours and also the performances, which we typically are not included in an administrative wine beer approval. So Heather or the applicants, if you wouldn't mind just expounding a little bit more about the performance so that we can memorialize that in the resolution, that would be helpful. And if there's anything else that you need to add, please do.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a restaurant wine license. This is actually a liquor license transfer. And again, the reason we're here before you guys is because there's a couple elements that don't go through the admin approval process. The team here can talk about the performance element, Batsu, but they do have a license history, just not in New York State. They have some concepts in Chicago. The only things that I would add, it's all internal promotions. I think I failed to check that box off. It's not like outside promoters. There's no windows, no party buses, no lines outside. They have a space inside where people will queue to come in. It's kind of like a dinner and a show type of experience. I will turn it over to the team to briefly introduce themselves and then the actual kind of like performance element.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Heather. Good evening, everyone. My name's Jay Painter. I'm the artistic director of Face Off Unlimited. And we were the creators of the show part of the experience. And also with me is Noriko Sato.
Hello.
And Noriko is another founding member of our company. And joining me too is Sharon and Julia, our partners who do the whole restaurant side. And I'll let them introduce themselves here in just a minute. Our concept is basically a unique dining experience, cultural experience of cultural fusion with authentic Japanese food in a setting that is decorated as an authentic Japanese style location. And then our show part of it, while they're eating, we have comedy that's a fusion of Japanese style of comedy with American performers as well. And the whole thing is with a mission of inclusion and cultural awareness, and specifically to showcase AAPI talent and to have fun, have a good time while enjoying, like taking a trip to Japan when you enter our doors. That's the idea. And maybe as far as the cuisine, turn it over to Sharon and Julia.
I'm Sharon Pierazzoli. And I'm Sharon's daughter, Julia. I'm the third generation. Kamahachi was started by Sharon's mother, my grandmother. It actually came over from Japan and started
in New York.
Yeah, in New York. So this is an opportunity for us to get a presence, a Kamahachi presence back in New York. We've also been partnering with the Batsu team in Chicago for the last 4 years. We have a restaurant here. It's been in this neighborhood. It's an entertainment district that has Second City and Zany's Comedy Club. And we've been partnering with this Batsu team here. They've done their show here for the last 4 years. So we have experience doing that in a high density residential neighborhood as well as an entertainment district.
Thanks for clarifying. So can I just ask you a question? So when you, someone is echoing, Heather, you said it's a transfer or a sale of assets. So is this operating as such at this location right now?
No, they haven't been open during the pandemic.
Oh, okay. But it was prior to this at this location?
Yeah. Yeah.
Susan, how is that? But it was administratively approved before? And
so Michelle, just to kind of step in, I think I kind of get what you're talking about. The live performance element wasn't part of the license previously.
I see. Okay.
It's a new license. It doesn't have to, you know, if they get a temporary license, they have to follow the old stipulations. But once they get the new license, it doesn't have to have the same stipulations.
Yeah. Oh, no, I was just trying to understand what had been happening there previously, because my understanding from reading it was that it was administratively approved. So I wouldn't see how that would have gone, what that would have jived with administrative approval if this was operating as such. So
okay. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Thank you for the context. Okay. So I have it described as, well, I guess we should hear from the committee if you have any other questions, because I'm just trying to understand how to describe this. Like, is it scheduled live performances as part of a Japanese themed dining experience with interactive entertainment Tuesday through Saturday?
That sounds about right. It's going to be like traditional Japanese music and dance mixed in with like the comedy performance.
Okay. Okay, does anyone from the committee have any clarifying questions or anything?
I don't remember seeing soundproofing as being part of the application. Or am I mixing up my apps?
Heather, can you speak to that?
For soundproofing, Jay, I believe that there's stuff previously installed, but are you guys adding anything additional?
Well, sorry, go ahead. I thought you were asking us.
we have, as far as we know, on our sound system, it's limited. We have a limiter on the sound system, and we've talked with sound engineers about sound bleed. So I mean, I don't think it's a problem. We absolutely could consider soundproofing. We've talked to, we do have contacts to be able to make that happen.
I think my issue was that the application checked no to soundproofing, and then like that there isn't current soundproofing, and then if not, do you plan on? So I'd be okay with the ensure, that language that we used earlier, Michelle, but
Okay.
it definitely needs some kind of, I know there are apartments like right there. I live like a block away.
We're more than comfortable with that.
Okay, anyone else from the committee have any questions? Okay. Anyone from the public here to speak on this item? This is number 6, 67 First Avenue, Warabatsu. Please raise your Zoom hand if you're here to speak on this item. Okay, I'm not seeing any hands, right, Jeanette?
No, I don't see any hands except committee members.
So I'll go.
Okay.
Could you just briefly say why it's coming for us? Because it's a beer and wine. Is it the performance aspect or what?
The performances, and also that it's open till 2 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. So administrative approval would be like no performances, closing by 12 a.m. all nights. Yeah. Okay. Jeanette, do you have a question?
Yeah, the app said Wara Kamabatsu. Is that like the intended name of the full restaurant? I don't know how important that is. It's just the trade name, but.
Yeah, and sorry, Michelle, we actually formed the LLC too. I think you
okay,
had
great.
entity to be formed by. It's Wara, WARA New York LLC.
Okay, great.
And so Wara is the name of the space itself, and Batsu is like the performance element.
Okay, thank you for clarifying, Heather.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I would like to add committee, I'll make a motion to add that stipulation that it will ensure that no sound is audible in surrounding residences, and it will address any soundproofing deficiencies as necessary with a sound engineer, which we've been adding to a couple tonight. And actually, Susan, we might want to consider adding that as a step that we ask people to check.
Do I have to second that motion?
Go ahead.
Second.
Okay, any opposition to that amendment? Great. So it be added. Okay, if I'm not seeing anything, I'm not seeing anyone from the community, right? Right, Jeanette? All right, I'm going to share the steps. I might need to just, I might need to amend this live, but bear with me. Okay. So we had the right, no third-party promoters.
Correct. It's in, yeah, they're promoting within.
Okay. So it may have live or recorded music during scheduled live. Yeah, okay, perfect. So. Bear with my glitchy Adobe. Okay. Okay, so this is an application for a wine, beer, and cider license at 67 First Avenue for Wara New York LLC. They'll operate a Japanese-themed dining experience with interactive entertainment with a kitchen open and serving food during all hours of operation. Are you definitely going to be opening by 10 a.m. every day? I'll preempt David's question.
Yeah, and I know that you guys have brought that up. I just want to confirm with the restaurant team. I know they're planning on doing lunch service, but 10 a.m. might be a little too early. But Sharon and Julia, how do you guys feel?
Yes. In keeping with what's been said so far, if these are the minimum to be open, then I would say Wednesday through Saturday, 6 p.m. And we could, and does that allow us to be open other times?
It allows you to open before that. It's just that you
Right.
must be open by 6 p.m.
Yeah. Can we amend that to be 6 p.m. Wednesday through Saturday? Those are the minimums, right?
Yeah, and then what about the other days?
If this is the minimum to be open, seeing that the show would be selling tickets from Wednesday through Saturday, possibly Tuesday through Saturday, do we need to list that out, or can we be open?
No, we can just do 6 p.m. all days, opening no later than 6 p.m. all days.
No later than 6 p.m. But then we are required to be open 6 p.m. all days. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
No, and we need it to be 6 p.m. Wednesday through Saturday.
And then what about the other days?
The other days, if ticket sales would warrant, since this is a show that's been shut down for quite a while, if ticket sales sell well, and then if we are able to open eventually for our lunch period, we'd like the opportunity to do that. Do we have to come before the board?
Oh, no. If we put in 6 p.m., it just means that you need to open by 6 p.m. You can open at 9 a.m. if you want.
Okay, then that's fine. Just 6 p.m. Wednesday through Saturday.
Wait, Heather, can you help out here?
Yeah, so it looks like what they want is are you guys saying that you don't want any hours Sunday through Tuesday?
I mean, I would like it, but I'm not getting it. So if you can.
No, I know, I understand. I understand what you're saying. I think their intention is to also have lunches Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Sharon,
Okay.
you understand, we need Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, your earliest opening hour. Do you guys want to make that 6 p.m. as well? And you have the option to open Sunday, Monday, Tuesday before 6 p.m., but you still need to be responsible for opening by 6 p.m. on those days.
I'm sorry, we want the option to be able to open for lunch later. We'd like to be closed on Sunday and Monday.
Closed altogether on Sunday and Monday.
Correct.
Okay. So you don't want any hours Sunday and Monday?
Because you have the option to be open if you choose to. But if we say you're going to be closed on Sunday and Monday, then you got to be closed. You can't be serving liquor on Sunday.
Right. You got to be careful with that. If you say no now and you want it later, you're going to have to come back. So I caution you to think this through, that they're giving you the flexibility for your Sunday and Mondays.
All right, then let's keep the same hours, 6 p.m.
Okay.
All days.
All days.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, David, I saw your hand. That's okay. David, I saw your hand.
The reason that we asked this is because too many businesses have come in and open at 6 p.m. and there's no foot traffic during the day, which means no other businesses. It's not conducive to a good mix of commercial establishments. So now you slipped it from what was arguably too early in the morning to now I think that's too late. I mean, I really think that we would like you to be open prior to 6 p.m. I don't know what hour that is, but we're not just asking you to set a minimum that's in the morning.
And so Sharon and Julia, I think this is important. You guys have already talked about, you want to do lunch service, right? I know that that's an important part of the concept. So the community board's asking that they want you guys to commit to being open on a regular basis during the week early for lunch versus 6 p.m. I think to David's point is, too late of an option.
Even let's say 1 p.m., it ensures that there's going to be some foot traffic. And it's not like you have to, originally, what did you have? 10 a.m. or something? I forgot.
It
was
right.
9.
10 a.m. It was 10 a.m.
So what could you say here that would make me happier?
Right. They want lunch out. They want committed lunch hours.
We could agree to 1 p.m. Wednesday through Saturday.
And what about Tuesday?
Same. Tuesday, 1 p.m.
Okay.
And then now we're missing Sunday and Monday.
Just Susan, go ahead.
Before you go any further, I've heard this, they have ticketed performances. What's the zoning for this?
It's on First Avenue.
So I don't know offhand what it is down there, but I don't know.
Let me check it.
It's a C2.
Oh yeah, Susan, I asked you about this one, remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we-
Okay, so but Susan, my other question is if they plan to sometimes close on Sunday to Monday, what should we do about that?
I would just say close Sunday and Monday.
But are they allowed to be open on Sunday and Monday if they say that they're gonna be closed?
No. But they gotta figure out what their business plan is.
Yeah. So Heather, what do you,
I would, urge, the team to commit to being open every day of the week. I think that's important for this community board to see the foot traffic.
Possible.
If you guys are comfortable with that. It's either that or we go ahead and say that we're going to be closed Sunday and Mondays, and you guys can come back later on if you decide to change that.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Let me ask Jay. Do you have anything in terms of a brunch show or, if we have a dance performance on an off time, do we want the option to be open on Sundays?
Yeah, we would like the option. That was the idea, was since we've been in the pandemic that that we were going to just start with Tuesday to Saturday nights, and then if we were doing well, then we could expand to those other days, have like a brunch show or have the restaurant open. I actually didn't realize that we had to be tied into being open every single day, but I mean, I would say let's go for it.
Okay.
sorry, Michelle.
Or we could come back.
It's okay. If you could just, if you would prefer, I mean, it sounds like you're not committed to being open Sundays and Mondays. We would rather have this be accurate than ambitious and not fulfilled, if that makes sense. As David's saying, like, we don't want people to run afoul of their stipulation. So.
Right. Yeah.
So should I say close Sunday to Monday?
You guys can always come back. It's not like you can't come back.
Yeah. That sounds smarter to me. That's great.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for clarifying.
Thank you for your time on that.
Yeah, sure. Okay. I'm just going to continue through this now. Unless David, I think I saw your hand. Do you want to say anything?
No, I'm sorry if it's a.
Oh, no, that's okay. Sorry. It's just hard for me to see when I was sharing the screen. Just raise your hand again. All right. So you'll not use outdoor space for commercial use. You'll have a closed fixed facade with no open doors or windows, and you'll close your entrance door by 10 p.m. You will not have DJs. Any event at which a cover fee is charged. Oh, I guess that's tickets, right, Susan?
Yes.
No more than 20 private parties per year, 1 television. It may have live or recorded music during scheduled live performances as part of a Japanese themed dining experience with interactive entertainment Tuesday through Saturday, and will not have third-party promoters. If you may not do an alteration to your method of operation without applying to us first. You will not seek a change in class without coming to us first. You will not participate in pub crawls or have party buses. You will not have unlimited drink specials. You'll not have happy hours. You'll not have wait lines. You'll have a staff person responsible for ensuring no loitering. You'll conspicuously post a stipulation inside your business, and folks may contact the manager. Can I have who that person would be?
Jay, who would be listed as the person that they can contact?
I guess that could be me, or should that be on the restaurant side, you guys?
It can be either.
Roger?
I vote for you, Jay.
Okay, sounds good. Let's put me
What's your
in.
phone number?
646
Mhm,
361
mhm.
0531.
Okay, thanks. And you will ensure that no sound is audible in surrounding residences and address any soundproofing deficiencies as necessary with a sound engineer.
Great.
Okay. Anyone from the committee have any concerns about any of this? Okay. Stop sharing, seeing no objections or questions, and I will move this into a vote. Michelle, yes. David? Okay.
Sorry.
That's a yes.
Yes.
Paul?
Trying to find the button.
Herman?
Yes.
Jesse?
Yes.
Jeanette?
Yes.
Jamie had to step away. Okay, so this motion carries. Heather, the office will send you the stipulations tomorrow morning, return and sign as soon as possible. Thank you, everyone, for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Have a
everyone.
great
Thank
evening.
you. Thank you.
Could just bear with me while I amend the resolution to match the stipulations that we agreed to. 6 p.m. Okay, the next application we have on our docket is number 7, 85 Orchard Street. Are the applicants for that present?
Yep, present.
Okay, great.
Present. Hi.
Hi, okay, let me just get the questionnaire. I'll drop it in the chat for everyone. Okay. So this is an application for a new full on-premises liquor license, and the premise is located at 85 Orchard Street between Broome and Grand. Certificate of occupancy of 100 people. There are 15 tables and 45 seats with 1 bar with 6 seats indoors and an outdoor back patio with 4 tables and 12 seats. A full kitchen, no televisions, ambient recorded background music. There are 23 full on-premises licenses within 500 feet per the lamp map. This location was previously licensed with a full license as On Choi from November 2011 to July 2020. Their hours were closing at 12 a.m. Sunday to Wednesday and 2 a.m. Thursday to Saturday, and its backyard closed at 9 p.m. all days, and its sidewalk cafe closed at 10 p.m. Sunday to Thursday and 11 p.m. Friday and Saturday. Enjoy closed during July 2020, and there were a lot of noise complaints at this address, but I want 43, but most were from 2021 after Enjoy closed, and I suspect that these are actually from Dudley's, which shares the same address and is on the corner. They have a very large outdoor dining space, and I know Susan has worked with some SLA violations that they've had. So I am noting this as 0 location, this specific location complaints. If anyone has any objections, please let me know. A representative of the Orchard Street Block Association wrote expressing concern about this application because the principals work at Kind Regards at 152 Ludlow Street, above Delancey Street, which operates as a club essentially. And another resident wrote to the committee, local resident wrote to the committee asking for the consideration of tighter stipulations, including asking for all outdoor dining to close at 9 p.m. 35 residents who live within 2 blocks of the location signed a petition in favor of the application. 3 residents of 85 Orchard Street, 261 Broome Street wrote letters to the committee in favor, along with 2 other local residents. And they are asking for closing in hours of 12 a.m. Sunday to Monday and 2 a.m. Tuesday to Saturday. I believe you had said closing the backyard at 9 p.m. as well, which is what they have previously. Anything that and are you going to have happy hours? No. Okay.
No happy hours. Michelle, can you just confirm those hours that you just said? I'm sorry.
Sorry, I was skeptically reading this. Opening no later than 11 a.m. all days, closing by 12 a.m. Sunday to Monday and 2 a.m. Tuesday to Saturday.
So they're actually asking, my application says 2 a.m. all days. Maybe I'm missing something. Mine says 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. all days. Backyard closing at 9 p.m.
So on the stipulation sheet on page 5, it has my hours of operation will be 11 a.m. to 12 a.m. Monday and 11 a.m. to 12 a.m. Sunday. Unless there was an updated questionnaire that I didn't get.
No, that must be a clerical error. My page 2 says 11 a.m. to 2 a.m., which is what they're at, which is what they're asking for.
Yeah, on page 3 or whatever, but in
updated.
the stipulations form, it says differently. So I used that on page.
Okay, sorry, I'm not sure.
That's okay. Page 4 of 5, that one.
Oh, I see what you mean. On Monday and Sunday, it says 12
Yeah.
a.m. on that page. Yeah, that's a
They're
correct.
asking for 2 a.m. all nights.
Correct.
Okay.
The yard closing at 9 p.m. is accurate.
Okay. Okay, anything else to clarify?
No, I think that was everything. You covered the letters of support and the petitions. They're not doing roadway dining, but there was previously a sidewalk cafe there for 5 tables and 10 seats. Previously approved by the committee, closing at 10 p.m. They would like to agree to the same thing there.
For the sidewalk cafe?
Just the sidewalk cafe, no roadway.
So there
dining.
aren't any sidewalk cafes right now, right, Susan?
Well, I mean, like the DOT sidewalk seating, they're not
The
doing
open
the-
restaurants, you mean?
Correct. Yeah. Back when Entoy was there, they had an improved sidewalk cafe.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. Okay. Anyone from the committee have any questions? No one? Crickets committee?
Can you just mention again why, if there were 0? Oh, it's just like a different.
Oh, so yeah, because so in like the 301 search, it's like impossible to segregate between like 85 Orchard on the, like, it's like a, it's a wraparound building on Broome and on Orchard, and there are actually 3 restaurants in there. Dudley's on the corner, then Sticky Rice, and then the former Enchoy. Enchoy closed in July 2020, and like all of the complaints were from after that. So I wanted to say that because it's clear that there is like noise on that corner, but this particular one restaurant space, I don't think was the perpetrator of those.
So who was the perpetrator then? If
I
not?
think it's probably Dudley's. I don't know, Susan, if you want to just talk about Dudley's a little bit, but
No, actually, I'd rather not, because I don't think all the complaints were equal.
okay.
Also, as a resident of that block, I would say.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, as a resident of that block, I would say over the summer, it became a destination for people to move through, and I believe some of the complaints were related to that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say like that was definitely a place where like roving bands showed up like over the summer and like that kind of thing. So it's hard to say like what complaints were specific to like one operator. I think that's dissipated a lot. I don't know, Michael, you live there, you probably know better, but that was certainly like the situation over like the first COVID summer. So
Yeah. And most of those were not attached to specific business.
okay, yeah. All right, thanks for clarifying. So that's why I just didn't feel like it was fair to say that this specific location was responsible for those noises because the place closed in July 2020. So, and it's like a small restaurant. Okay. Committee, if we have no questions, I'm going to see if there's anyone from the community that's here to speak, if that's okay. If anyone is here to speak from the community on number 785 Orchard Street, please raise your Zoom hand. Okay, Marcel, go ahead. You're on mute, Marcel, if you're, okay.
I, I think it's unfair to say that all those noise complaints. Did I lose you? Did I lose you? Am I there?
We can hear you.
Okay, sorry. I think it's unfair to say that the noise in that area during the summer or after the fact was coming from Dudley's, because it's a total different crowd. I mean, if you walk through those streets and it's that whole triangle, I mean, and you should know this, Michelle, because when we had the meeting with the chief of the police department, he was saying that particular area is becoming like the second Hell Square. And I don't think it's the people from the corner restaurant. It's all the restaurants that are there from, I don't want to mention any names. So I just think that it's to take account. It's just that area is becoming just a hangout area, loitering area, even after some of those establishments have closed. But there's a couple sheds that are not, locked up. So everyone's hanging out. And particularly when Anchoy closed, I knew personally the operators of Anchoy. And what was happening there, I guarantee you, those people were not at Dudley's. It was a total different, like, there was a couple, I have video actually, there's a couple of moments in that area where it felt like a full-on concert was just let out. Like, it was insane. This is even before they started closing the street. You could not walk. It was anything goes. So I just want to say that you just have to be careful what you grant, because that is just creeping, and like we discuss it, and everyone keeps saying, oh, this is not the young people that are coming. Our prices are different, but these are grown folk. These are grown
If you
folk.
could wrap it up, Marcel, that'd be great.
Yeah. These are grown folk that are coming and then like loitering around. Thank you.
Thanks, Marcel. Anyone else here for the community? I don't see any other hands. Okay. Does the committee have any follow-up questions, concerns, amendments?
So yeah, I do. So this is asking for 2 hours later than the previous license on, I think, 4 days of the week. Yeah. I don't think these are restaurant hours. Same story.
You want to make a suggestion?
Well, the same as they were before. I mean, if we're trying to keep things not worse than they were before, midnight on, I believe it said
Sunday to Wednesday.
Monday. Yeah. It was Monday through Wednesday, not
Sunday to Wednesday, and 2 a.m. Thursday to Saturday.
Yeah, I would prefer that we do that. That we don't.
Agree with David.
Yeah, well, it's not create a bad situation.
I agree with that. Jeanette, go ahead.
Do we want to finish addressing that point? Because I have a separate point. Anyways, the point I was going to make.
But were you nodding in support of that?
Yeah, I'm down with what David said. I also noted that the application says they're going to stop an hour ahead of service. I know, like, realistically, you're like closing the kitchen like 30 minutes beforehand, but shouldn't we still say serving food operating at all hours?
Can the applicants commit to that?
Yeah, sure, we can commit to that.
Absolutely.
I think to the hours' point, Michael, do you just want to confirm that you guys are comfortable with that?
Can you just repeat the question?
So it would be the hours that they're proposing are the same as what Anchoy had, the Sunday to Wednesday, 12 a.m. closing.
Would the board,
and then 2 a.m.
Would the board be at all amenable to 1 a.m. on those days? Or midnight Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, Wednesday, 1 a.m.?
Sorry, I've lost track of the hours that we're suggesting now.
I just
Sorry.
dropped in the chat what the entree hours were, Jamie. Closing by 12 a.m. Sunday to Wednesday and 2 a.m. Thursday to Saturday. They're asking, could we do 1 a.m. Tuesday and Wednesday? I'm sort of personally supportive of just keeping the same hours as the last one because it wasn't a problem.
I would say the same as well. The same hours makes the most sense.
I'd say the same as well.
Okay. All right, so I'll okay, Jamie, you have your hand up, go ahead.
No, that's
No?
just getting to make it.
Okay. All right, so it seems like we're all in favor of, or majority of us are in favor of opening no later than 11 a.m. all days and closing by 12 a.m. Sunday to Wednesday and 2 a.m. Thursday to Saturday, as I dropped in the chat. So we will do that.
Works for us.
Thank you for being flexible.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, any other questions, comments, concerns from the committee before I go through the stipulations? Okay, I don't have any other questions either. All right, I'm going to share the stipulation sheet so we can take a look at it together, just like in school. Okay, so it's an application for new full on premises liquor license at 85 Orchard Street, a new American restaurant with a kitchen open and serving food during all hours of operation. You will install soundproofing. You will close any front or rear facade doors at 10 p.m. every night. You'll not have DJs, live music, promoted events, any event at which a cover fee is charged, scheduled performances, no more than 20 private parties per year and no TVs. Ambient recorded background music only. You'll not apply for an alteration to your method of operation without coming back here. You will not seek a change in class without coming back here. No pub crawls, no limited drink specials. You will not have a happy hour, no wait lines. A staff person will be responsible for ensuring no loitering. You will conspicuously post the stipulation beside your business. You will close all outdoor dining allowed under the temporary open restaurants and program and any other subsequent uses by 10 p.m. and not have any speakers or monitors. You'll close your backyard by 9 p.m. all days and not have any speakers or monitors. You will use a texting and reservation system to ensure that patrons do not congregate in front of the premises. I know that's not something that you guys had in there, but that's something that we've been adding for restaurants on like crowded streets. Would you be amenable to that?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, great. Anyone from the committee have any questions or concerns about this, the stipulations?
Sorry, I don't know if I totally missed any discussion on the outdoor space.
Oh, so the outdoor space, 10 p.m. curbside, so that's the open restaurants program. Closed backyard by 9 p.m. all days, which is what Entree had. So they had it's basically the same.
Cool.
Is that okay, Heather? 10 p.m. 9 p.m.
Yes, yeah, that's accurate.
Great. Anyone else from the committee have any concerns? Sorry.
Be a broken record, but again, the no later than, just be aware that that means you have to open at 11. Nobody's going to give you a hard time for opening earlier than you say, but you will be in violation if you're not open by 11 a.m. every day.
Michael, are you comfortable with that?
Well, due to the current labor market and starting a new restaurant in this time, our plan is absolutely to open for brunch and lunch on the weekends from the start, and as we can afford it, to phase in the afternoons. So does that mean 4 o'clock is a more appropriate step, and then we can open at 11 on those days when we're ready?
Well, we prefer, as you heard from the last ones, that you would commit to opening during the day, at least on some days.
Yep.
So like Saturday and Sunday, if you're going to serve brunch.
Those days we can commit to from the start. The others we just have to wait till our feet are wet. So yeah, we can commit to those, and then 4 p.m. on the others. And we're permitted to open.
Sorry, I missed. Did you say Saturday and Sunday?
Saturday
11
and
a.m.?
Sunday, sure. Yeah, 11, and then we can open earlier than 4 p.m. on the other days, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. So let's put it at 4th.
We are committed to do lunch during the week. We're just a little bit worried about right at opening, being able to pull it off.
Understood. As we said, we don't want you to run afoul of your stipulations, so that's why we ask.
Yeah.
Okay, so that looks good. Opening no later than 11 a.m. Saturday and Sunday, and 4 p.m. Monday to Friday. Closing by 12 a.m. Sunday to Wednesday, and 2 a.m. Thursday to Saturday.
Yep.
Looks good.
Thank you.
Michelle, do you need contact information?
Yes. Who is the right person? Thank you, Heather, for reminding me.
Probably Michael, but maybe Noble.
You can put both of us actually, but yeah, sure.
What's the phone number? Michael, your phone number?
646 379 6244.
Do you
Okay,
want to
Cody,
list,
everything?
Michelle, do you want to list Noble as well?
Sure. What's your phone number?
415 686 5067.
Okay, thank you. Okay, all right. Committee, any questions, comments, concerns before I stop sharing and move us to a vote? All right. Okay, voting on 85 Orchard Street, number 7. Michelle. Yes. David.
Yes.
Paul.
Yes.
Jeanette.
Yes.
Herman.
Yes.
Jamie.
Yes.
Jesse.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. This motion carries. Heather, you'll receive SIPs. Will please return and sign as soon as possible. Thanks everyone for their time. For members of the community who came to speak this evening.
Thank you.
Oh,
Happy
all right,
Thanksgiving,
thank you.
guys.
You too. All right, we're on our last application for the evening. The applicants for number 9, 125, 127 First Avenue here.
Yes, we're here.
Great.
I'm the
Wow.
attorney that represents the applicants on number 9.
Fabulous. Okay, I just dropped the questionnaire in the chat. Just found out my delivery dinner got messed up. Excited to eat it afterwards. No longer. Okay. So this is an application for a full on-premises liquor license for 125, 127 First Avenue between East 7th Street and St. Mark's Place. Letter of note, I just want to make sure, Justine, it's letter of no objection of 74 people. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay, great. 13 tables and 36 seats, serving new American Asian tapas prepared in a full kitchen, food during all hours of operation.
Yeah,
Sorry, something just happened to my Zoom. Serving food during all hours of operation, 1 television, ambient record background music only. There are 30 full on premises liquor licenses within 500 feet per the lamp map. This location was most recently Rava Persian Grill, which was approved in December 2014 for an upgrade to a full on premises liquor license after having a wine beer license for 1 year. Their hours were until 10 p.m. Sunday to Thursday and 12 a.m. Friday and Saturday. The applicants here tonight have never previously been license holders, but have all worked in the industry for at least 4 years each, including one partner who worked across the street at Night Market. And 2 of the applicants worked at Momofuku Sasam, a restaurant in Community District 3. There were no commercial 301 complaints at this location. We did not receive any letters for or against this application. 23 residents who live within 2 blocks of the location signed a petition in favor. This applicant is asking to be open between 11 a.m. and 1 a.m. all days. Are you planning to have outdoor dining? Like
No
open
outdoor
restaurants?
dining. No outdoor dining, just indoor dining, maximum seating 72. However, we will only be occupying 42 seats indoor, 13 tables with 36 seats, and 1 stand-up bar with 6 bar seats, total of 42.
Okay. And then, sorry, one stand-up bar.
With 6 bar seats.
6 seats, okay. Okay, everything else sound good? That I said, Justine?
Yes, if I could just add about my clients, they're
Go for it.
actually here today. Jeffrey Kim, Victor Jha, and Matthew Kim, all 3 of them, who are requesting the on-premise liquor license for Nudibranquio, doing business as Nudibranch. I just want you to know that all 3 of my clients are really excited about opening their first restaurant, especially because they were so successful in doing pop-ups, dinners in New York City, Brooklyn, Boston, and Vermont. Their model is to serve American, Asian tapas food. And one of the 3 applicants are actually going to be at the restaurant the entire time. And in this particular case, all 3 of them are chefs. So it's not that they're all going to be working together, working hard, and this is their first opportunity, and they're really excited to do this. And another thing I want to mention is that there's going to be no DJ, no live music. It's just going to be ambient music playing in the background, and that's it. No TVs, nothing, no outdoor seating. And they want their customers to have the experience of the food, the dessert, and they just did so well in their pop-ups, and they were published in all these different articles. So we would just like the opportunity. Thank you.
Thanks. Anyone from the committee have any questions for this applicant?
I privately was very impressed by their resumes. Some of the restaurants they've worked at are pretty impressive. So I definitely think this is a restaurant spot and had no issues with hours or nothing.
I actually ate with them at one of their pop-ups at Night Market. I was taken there by my girlfriend. It was phenomenal. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together until I just saw the name. Yeah, no,
They're really excited about this opportunity, and it's 3 chefs working together. So you can just imagine.
No, I'm pro this. I'm pro this product near me.
Okay, I'm fine with it too. David, Paul, Herman, Jesse seems to have stepped away. Any questions, comments, concerns?
No.
Okay, cool. Let me share the steps. We'll read through them together. Oops. Hold on. Thank you. Thank you, Jeanette. Okay. This is an application for a new full on premises liquor license for 125, 127 First Avenue, be a full service restaurant serving new American Asian food.
If you can just add that new American Asian tapas, please.
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
With the kitchen open and serving food during all hours of operation, opening no later than 11 a.m. and closing by 1 a.m. all days. I'm going to ask you the same question that we've been asking all night. Are you really committed to opening by 11 a.m. every single day of the week?
My client's here. He can answer, Jeff.
Okay.
You just have to unmute it.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Hi. Yeah. So our plan is primarily to kind of focus on dinner, and then obviously, have brunch be an option on Saturdays and Sundays.
Okay, so what would be a more realistic opening time during the week?
House is 5. 5 is probably the most accurate.
Okay, opening earlier than 5 p.m. Monday to Friday?
Yes.
Okay. 5 o'clock p.m. Monday to Friday and 11 o'clock a.m. Saturday and Sunday. Is that you're going to do that? I just don't want it, like, as we've been hearing all night, we want to be realistic, not.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a start, right? And then we don't know what the future holds, right? If we get, enough buzz and lunch is an option, we would love to, we don't want to ever throw that off the table, so again.
That's
is it a
totally fine.
matter
You're
of
totally allowed
kinda-
to do that, but are you going to open by 11 a.m. Saturday and Sunday?
Saturday and Sundays, probably again to start, probably not, but it's something that we foresee in like the first few months, once we get into the groove of, service, making sure we can actually.
Okay, so
keep
it's not
things going.
accurate to say that, so we should not then put 11 a.m. Saturday and Sunday if you do not intend to open by 11 a.m. Saturday and Sunday. What's a more realistic time on the weekends?
Well, we do intend to open. It's
Well, but like you actually have to open. It's not like just like in a couple of months, like day
Yeah.
one. Or day one, once you get your license.
Okay, then I guess for now we can do just like 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. on all days.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
It's now the time to jump in and say that's not really better than 6 p.m., which is what happened just a few applicants ago.
Right. They really don't sound like they're ready to open though, David.
I know, but I'm also not ready to grant a license. I want there to be an open storefront. Whenever a storefront is leased and it's used only after 5 p.m., it kind of kills it just changes the commercial ecosystem such that other businesses start failing at those hours. This is on First Avenue. This is exactly the area in which we've seen this happen before. I would much prefer that they said 3 p.m. than 5 p.m. I mean, I realize that's early for dinner, that's late for lunch, so maybe that doesn't make sense, but.
I'm kind of with David as well. Like, I mean, I read this as 11 to 1 and was down with that, but now that it's just dinner and it's, as David said, like high traffic, it changes the vibe a little bit.
Okay, I'm not like really worried about this. It's actually like a really, really busy corridor over there, like St. Mark's and First. There's a ton of stuff there. The storefront's been like closed for a long time, so anyone else will not vote for this without an earlier open time?
Can I just make a comment?
Go ahead, Susan. Yeah.
So if they open at 3, it's not really a time when they're going to get any business, but they have to pay people to be there. And it's.
I know, that's why 1 p.m. I did say, doesn't really make sense 3 because it doesn't really include lunch or dinner. Right, so I would prefer 1, but I also understand what's going on here.
If I could just chime in, the whole thing is that 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. is for the traffic of dinner. And obviously this is a startup. These are 3 amazing chefs that have combined together to start their, venture and give the public something different. I mean, if they want to do lunch, which is, a few months of just seeing exactly what happens with the market and to see their customer, they have a social media followers right now, and coming back and starting earlier, that's something that they really want to do, but they're just being honest right now, because it's a startup, they don't know the market. They want to be realistic and offer the best dinner. And based on what their customers want, they will come back to the committee and request for an earlier start time, such as 1 or even earlier, depending on the demand. So if I could just throw that in there, that they're really open to different options with the timing, just after a few months of seeing what the demand is.
I'm fine with the 5 p.m. Anyone else have any problems with it besides?
No, I'm fine with it.
Okay.
I'm okay with it.
Herman, Paul, Herman.
Okay with it.
I have no problem with it. There's always alteration if they, later in the year or 2 years from now.
Okay. So that's. What did I miss?
I'm good. I just wanted to explore the discussion.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna keep it at 5 p.m. You will not use outdoor space. You will install soundproofing. You will have a closed fixed facade with no open doors or windows. You'll not have DJs, live music, promoted events, any event with a cover fee, scheduled performances. You'll play ambient recorded background music only. You will not apply for an alteration to your method of operation without coming back here. You'll not participate in pub crawls or have party buses, no unlimited drink specials, including boozy brunch. You will, if you have happy hour, it will end by 7:30. You will not have wait lines. You'll have a staff person responsible for ensuring no loitering. And you will give Jeff's number if any residents ask for it. Does that all sound right, Jocelyn?
Yes, it does.
Okay, great. Any other concerns from the committee before I move to a vote? Okay, great. We'll stop sharing so I can see you all. Okay, moving this to vote. Voting on 125, 127 First Avenue. Michelle, yes. David,
Yes.
Paul,
Yes.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Herman,
Yes.
Jamie,
Yes.
Jesse.
Yes.
Okay, thank you all. Thank you applicants. It's
Thank you.
Justine for coming
Thank
tonight. We'll send
you.
you the stipulations
Thank you
form
so
to
much,
sign
and
and
happy
return to the office.
Thanksgiving, everyone. I really, truly appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. That was our final roll call vote for all intents and purposes, so we can say goodbye until December, or I guess we'll see you next week at the full board meeting. Just kidding.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.